The Appalachian Trail, a 2,200-mile stretch of wilderness, winding its way through dense forests and towering mountains. To many, it's a path of adventure, a test of human endurance, but beneath its breathtaking beauty lies a darker side, a history etched in mystery and fear. Tonight, we delve into the shadows of the Appalachian Trail to uncover 3 true stories that will send shivers down your spine. These are tales of disappearances, ghostly encounters, and unsolved murders that continue to haunt the trail to this day. Our story begins in 2013 with the disappearance of Geraldine Lage, an experienced hiker who vanished without a trace while traversing the trail in Maine. Geraldine, known to her friends as Jerry, was a seasoned adventurer who had hiked numerous trails across the country. She was well prepared and had a deep love for the outdoors, making her sudden disappearance all the more perplexing. Imagine the dense, unforgiving wilderness, the towering trees casting long, eerie shadows. The Appalachian Trail in Maine is known for its rugged beauty, but it can also be a place of isolation and danger. The thick canopy of leaves above creates a labyrinth of shadows, making it easy to lose one's way. It was here, on this isolated stretch of the trail, that Geraldine's journey took a tragic turn. The trail, which is usually a place of solace and reflection for many hikers, became a scene of mystery and fear. The path seemed to swallow her whole, leaving behind only questions and a haunting silence. She was last seen on the morning of July 22nd, a seemingly ordinary day on the trail. The sun was shining and the forest was alive with the sounds of nature. Geraldine was in good spirits, looking forward to the day's hike. Little did anyone know it would be the last time she was seen alive. But as the hours turned into days and Geraldine didn't reach her designated meeting point, a sense of dread began to creep in. Her family and friends grew increasingly worried, knowing that something must have gone terribly wrong. The skies seemed to darken with each passing day, mirroring the growing tension and fear. Search parties were dispatched, their hopes dwindling with each passing hour. Volunteers, park rangers, and even the National Guard scoured the area, calling out her name and searching for any sign of her. The somber atmosphere weighed heavily on everyone involved as the reality of the situation began to set in. Days turned into weeks, then months, but Geraldine remained lost to the unforgiving wilderness. The search efforts continued, but the vast expanse of the forest seemed to swallow every clue. The empty trails and haunting nature scenes served as a constant reminder of her absence. The mystery deepened as investigators uncovered Geraldine's belongings, scattered near her last known location. Her personal items, which should have provided comfort and security, now only added to the enigma. Each discovery raised more questions than answers, her tent carefully laid out. It was as if she'd set up camp, expecting to continue her journey the next day. The eerie stillness of the campsite spoke volumes about her sudden and unexplained disappearance. Her backpack leaning against a tree, it contained essential supplies, indicating that she had not planned to leave it behind. The unsettling environment suggested that something had gone terribly wrong, and most chilling of all, her journal, filled with entries detailing her growing fear and desperation. Each page revealed her struggle to find her way back, her hopes slowly fading with each passing day. The words she wrote were a testament to her will to survive, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The entries hinted at a disoriented hiker, lost and alone in the vast wilderness. She described the disorientation and confusion that set in as she tried to navigate the dense forest. The isolation she felt was palpable, a stark contrast to the vibrant life she had known. Her final journal entry, a desperate plea for help, sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. It was a haunting reminder of the vulnerability of even the most experienced hikers. Her words echoed through the forest, a cry for help that went unanswered. It was a haunting reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human life. The wilderness, with all its beauty, can also be a place of great danger. Geraldine's story is a stark reminder of the respect and caution that the natural world demands. Years later, Geraldine's disappearance remains unsolved, a chilling reminder of the unseen dangers lurking within the beauty of the Appalachian Trail. Her story continues to captivate and haunt those who hear it, a testament to the enduring mystery of the vanishing on the mountain. Our next story takes us deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where a lone hiker's encounter with a ghostly figure would forever change his perception of the trail. The Appalachian Mountains, with their rugged beauty and ancient history, have long been a place of mystery and legend. Many have ventured into these woods seeking adventure, but few have come out with tales as chilling as the one you're about to hear. It was a moonless night, the only light emanating from the hiker's headlamp, cutting a narrow beam through the dense undergrowth. The darkness was almost palpable, wrapping around him like a thick, suffocating blanket. Every step he took seemed to echo in the stillness, the crunch of leaves underfoot the only sound breaking the silence. The air was thick with the scent of pine and damp earth, a symphony of sounds from unseen creatures echoing through the trees. The forest was alive with the rustling of leaves, the distant hoot of an owl, and the occasional snap of a twig hinting at the presence of animals hidden in the shadows. It was a place that felt both alive and eerily still, a paradox that only added to the sense of unease.
The hiker, a seasoned outdoorsman named Jake, had been navigating the trail for weeks, finding solace in the solitude of the wilderness. Jake was no stranger to the challenges of the trail. He had faced treacherous weather, wild animals, and the ever-present threat of injury. Yet he had always found peace in the quiet moments, the times when he could lose himself in the beauty of nature. But on this particular night, a sense of unease settled upon him, a feeling of being watched that sent shivers down his spine. It was as if the forest itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. The shadows seemed to move with a life of their own, and every rustle of leaves felt like a whisper of warning. As he rounded a bend in the trail, his headlamp illuminated a figure standing motionless in the middle of the path. The sight was so unexpected that Jake's breath caught in his throat. The figure was eerily still, almost as if it were a statue placed there to guard the trail. The figure was tall and slender, shrouded in a dark cloak that concealed its features. The cloak seemed to absorb the light, making the figure appear even more otherworldly. Jake's mind raced, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. Was it another hiker, a lost traveler, or something far more sinister? Jake froze, his heart pounding in his chest. He felt a cold sweat break out on his forehead, and his hands began to tremble. The forest, which had always been a place of refuge, now felt like a trap. He called out, his voice trembling slightly, but the figure remained silent, its unblinking gaze fixed upon him. The silence was deafening, and Jake's voice seemed to be swallowed by the darkness. He took a hesitant step forward, hoping for some kind of response, but the figure did not move. A cold wind swept through the trees, rustling the leaves and sending a chill down Jake's spine. The temperature seemed to drop suddenly, and Jake could see his breath misting in the air. It was as if the very presence of the figure had brought a chill to the forest. As quickly as it had appeared, the figure vanished, melting into the shadows of the forest. One moment it was there, and the next it was gone, leaving Jake to wonder if he had imagined the whole encounter. But the fear he felt was real, and the memory of the figure was burned into his mind. Jake, shaken to his core, stumbled back, his headlamp casting dancing shadows that seemed to mock his fear. He felt a sense of panic rising within him, and he knew he had to get away from that spot as quickly as possible. He broke into a run, his backpack bouncing against his shoulders, the sound of his own ragged breathing filling his ears. Every step felt like a struggle, and the forest seemed to close in around him, the trees becoming a blur as he fled. He didn't stop running until he reached the familiar clearing where he had set up camp. The sight of his tent and the small fire he had left burning brought a sense of relief, but the fear still lingered. Even as he huddled by the flickering light of his campfire, the image of the ghostly figure lingered in his mind. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched, and every crackle of the fire seemed to echo the sound of footsteps in the dark. He had heard whispers of strange encounters on the trail, but he had always dismissed them as mere folklore. Stories of ghostly apparitions, mysterious lights, and unexplained sounds were common among hikers, but Jake had never given them much thought, until now. Now, he knew the truth. There were secrets hidden within these ancient woods, secrets that were best left undisturbed. The forest held mysteries that defied explanation, and Jake realized that some things were better left unexplored. As he sat by the fire, he made a silent vow to respect the unknown and to tread carefully on the trail from now on.
Our final story is a chilling reminder that even in the most serene settings, darkness can lurk just beneath the surface. The beauty of nature often masks the dangers that lie hidden within. This is the story of Meredith Emerson, a young woman whose life was tragically cut short on the Appalachian Trail in 2008. Meredith was a vibrant and adventurous spirit, always seeking new experiences and challenges. Meredith, an avid hiker and nature enthusiast, had embarked on a solo hike through the Georgia section of the trail, eager to experience the beauty of the wilderness. She had always found solace and peace in the great outdoors, a place where she felt truly alive. She had meticulously planned her route, packing supplies and informing loved ones of her whereabouts. Her preparation was thorough, reflecting her experience and respect for the unpredictable nature of the wilderness. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The trail, which had always been a source of joy and adventure for Meredith, would soon become the setting for an unimaginable horror. On January 4th, 2008, Meredith's body was discovered near Blood Mountain, a popular hiking destination known for its stunning views. The serene landscape was forever tainted by the tragedy that had unfolded there. The discovery sent shockwaves through the hiking community and tranquility. The forest, once a sanctuary, had become a scene of unspeakable violence. The investigation into Meredith's murder became a race against time as authorities worked tirelessly to track down her killer. Every lead was pursued with relentless determination, but the trail was cold and the clues were scarce. Leads were pursued, suspects were questioned, but the case remained frustratingly cold. The lack of concrete evidence made it difficult to bring anyone to justice, and the community's hope for closure began to wane. Years turned into a decade, and still Meredith's killer remained at large. The passage of time only deepened the wound, as the memory of Meredith's vibrant life contrasted starkly with the unresolved mystery of her death. The unsolved murder of Meredith Emerson serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk even in the most unexpected of places. Her story is a somber testament to the hidden dangers that can exist in the most beautiful of settings, and a call to remain vigilant even in the face of nature's serene facade. The Appalachian Trail, a place of immense beauty, holds within its depths stories that are both captivating and unsettling. As we've journeyed through these tales of mystery and fear, it's a stark reminder that even in the embrace of nature, we must always remain vigilant. What are your thoughts on these chilling tales? Have you had any eerie experiences on the trail? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed this descent into the unsettling side of the Appalachian Trail, be sure to subscribe for more explorations into the unknown.